Welcome to Direct Connect. I'm Amanda Balionis in for John Swantek, and this is the only place that you can connect directly with your favorite players on the PGA Tour. This week joining us is two-time champion so far in 2012, Hunter Mahan, who has also been leading the FedEx Cup standings for 6 consecutive weeks. Hunter, thank you so much for joining us. And we got a ton of fan questions, but before we get to that, your game is in great shape. I hear the course at Sawgrass is in great shape. What do you think your odds are this week?
Yeah, I'm excited about this week. I think this course suits me pretty well. Like you said, the course is in phenomenal shape, and the weather's going to be good, hopefully, and it should be a great week and very exciting. All
right, well, let's get right into it. Our first question is from Facebook. It is from Bob Bransden, and he says, with 2 wins under your belt so far, what's your main goal this year? Is there one major that you really want to win more than another?
The one I want to win is the next one, I guess, at the U.S. Open at the Olympic. It should be fantastic venue. There's a lot to accomplish this year with being a Ryder Cup year, and you know, the FedEx coming down the playoffs and Player of the Year, and there's a lot of things still left to go out there and try to win.
And our next question comes from the Tour Report. It is from Snowmen United. He says, you seem so laid back on the course. Was this something that comes naturally to you, or did you kind of have to grow into a mindset of keeping things in perspective when you have a bad shot or a bad round going? And he says, what type of one shot gives you the most trouble?
Yeah, there's no doubt. To play my best, I'm trying to be relaxed. I'm trying to be confident, and you know, one bad shot's not going to ruin a round. It's just part of golf. No one's perfect. You're going to miss things, and you just have to try to go hit the next one better. I guess any shot that I don't really have too much trouble with too much, except maybe a fade driver. It's not what I love to. I love to turn over my driver, but that's about it.
And you know, it's an interesting question. We got that from probably 20 or 30 people asking how you stay so calm. To all those amateurs out there watching right now, what would be your best advice to kind of teach someone that patience that you have?
I think it's to realize that you're going to be out there for 5 hours and you're going to be walking most of the time. You only hit a shot for a minute or so, so you want to enjoy the time that you're out there, and because there's always a lot of time to think. And you got to think positive. You got to think you're going to hit the next one good. You can't think you're going to hit the next one bad, because that's just going to snowball into a bad round.
Yeah, that's great advice. And our next question is from Greg from the Tour Report. He says, I play golf as a hobby, and that's how I blow off steam after work. He said, golf is your job, so what do you do to blow off steam?
Gosh, usually I go home, for one. I just like to go home, you know, spend time with family and friends. You know, hopefully it's a basketball season or football season, go watch a sporting event like that. But usually just chill out and try to get away from the game a little bit.
And I saw you down at Route, the Cadillac V-Series Challenge. It seems like you're into cars a little bit too.
Yeah, I do. I love my cars. I just don't want to. It's a kind of a dangerous proposition to be too involved with cars, but it's always fun. It's always fun. Automobiles are always fun to be cruising around in.
All right, and our next question comes from Ariana Woods Coyle Diaz off of Facebook. She says, if you were able to change a part of your game for somebody else's part, what would it be and whose would it be?
I'd probably go with Steve Stricker's short game. That guy just seems to always make clutch up and downs or clutch chip ins, you know, and he's just a great putter. So Steve Stricker's short game I would love to have.
All right, and our next question comes from Anthony Wilson on Facebook. He says, Hunter, you seem to keep your game pretty simple. We never hear about you having any swing changes or this is wrong or that's wrong. What do you do to keep it simple?
Well, you know, working with Sean Foley, we had a goal in mind of where we wanted the swing to be, and that hasn't changed in the few years I've been working with him. You know, your swing's really not going to change that drastically over time. It's always going to make little changes, and I always try to know what those changes are going to be, and I always try to have a picture in my head of how I want my swing to look, and always keep towards that. You know, I never want to take a step backward. I'm always trying to take a step forward, and always try to get better every single day.
Our next question is from Joe Ryan 365 on Twitter, and it's about another guy, one of your friends that keeps it simple, Bubba Watson. He says, who are you more proud of, Bubba at the Masters or Ricky at Quail Hollow?
Probably Ricky. You know, Ricky's always had high expectations on him ever since he joined the tour, and you know, to do it like he did last week in the playoff against McIlroy and DA points and hit such a clutch shot, you know, really when he needed it, was really impressive.
Now, are you just trying to score some brownie points here? Because you are playing with Ricky and Tiger the first 2 rounds of the Players.
I know. Ricky and I are good friends. Tiger, I always enjoy playing with. I'm sure we'll have a few people following us, so it's going to be a long couple days, but we'll have a good time.
Absolutely. And we tried to keep it to a minimum with the Golf Boys questions, but you can never avoid them. You guys are such a sensation. And Michael Patterson from Facebook wants to know, when are the Boys of Golf coming back with a second hit? Now that all of you have won, I think a remix or a new song would be great.
Yeah, you know, it's difficult for one to get us all together and to kind of knock this thing out. We all have different lives and different schedules, and you know, Bubba's got a new son. Ben's got a few kids. It's just hard to get us all together to do something like that. And you know, to top the song we did, I don't know if we can do that. So I don't know if we'll do a song, but I think something's going to be in store. But it's probably going to be something a little bit different. And but it's always fun to hear fans kind of talk about us, because it's always been a fun thing we did, and we're excited.
Would you be opposed to maybe a solo single? Maybe just Hunter Mahan?
Yeah, I would be opposed to that, absolutely. I need some deflection up there on my dance moves and everything else that I do wrong. But it's something we enjoy doing, and we're glad people like it. And we'll probably do something in the future, I guess.
All right, and our final question comes from PGA Tour fan 59 on Twitter. Hunter, you're a big Texas Rangers fan. What was it like to throw out the first pitch earlier this year, and how far do you think the Rangers can take it this season?
Well, it was fun. It's always nerve-wracking to be out of your element, since I really don't play baseball and never really have, but it's always been exciting watching the kind of Rangers grow up and mature into the team that they are. Back-to-back World Series is pretty impressive. I think they have a great team. You could tell that I got to go in the locker room, which is probably the best part, and meet a few of the guys, and you could tell that they really enjoy each other. They're really a team. You know, they're single-minded. They know that they're capable of winning a championship. And, you know, they can go all the way this year. They have the pitching, they have the hitting. They're a tough team to beat.
Well, they're first in the AL West right now, so they're looking pretty good, right?
You got that right.
All right, well, good luck this week, and thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you, Amanda.